Welcome to the Catamount Football Show with Coach Matt Land. I'm Bill Mayo, and this week we're going to take a look back at the Harrison game from last Friday night and also talk about the upcoming contest with the River Ridge Knights. So stay right here. We'll be back after these messages.
I was tired of being limited by my knee pain.
I fell while riding my bike and needed a partial hip replacement.
I was kicking the ball and I felt a snap.
From joint replacements to complex spinal surgeries, Hamilton Medical Center's experts know how to get you back in the game. Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is Joint Commission certified in hip, knee, and shoulder replacement surgery. If pain is keeping you on the sidelines, get your life back with the help of Hamilton Medical Center.
We're back with Sandy, and on the outside, everything is beautiful. But on the inside, it's a mess. You're not fooling me. In our audience today, I have professionals from Carpet Express, Susie and Clay. They've helped thousands of others just like you with their problems on the inside. Will you accept their help today?
Yes. Yes, I do.
If you need help on the inside, call Carpet Express because it's what's on the inside that counts.
All right, Coach, so let's talk a little bit about Friday night's game with Harrison. Certainly not the outcome we wanted, but there's an old football saying that, you watch the film, it's never as good as you think it's going to be, or it's never as bad as you think it's going to be.
That's right.
So what did you see that was maybe not as bad as you thought, or maybe not as good as you thought?
There was some that was as bad as we thought,
That's right.
Can I say?
That's right.
Now, you know what? Here's the reality about this game. 5 plays. We always say that. I know you can turn it on ESPN tonight and watch Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, watch a college game. You're going to hear that. Google it. You're going to always, that comment has always gone with football. 5 plays. But it's really true. There's about a handful of plays that really, really make a difference. And in this game, there were 5 plays. 4 of them the other team made. 1 of them we failed to make, which created the block punt. And so at the end of the day, the first thing that glares to me offensively, we had one of our more productive games. We were over 428 yards of total offense. Certainly that doesn't mean anything on the scoreboard,
right,
but it means that you can move the ball. We are moving the ball against a good. Defensively, played very sound, but you had about 3 big plays, which was our 3 big passes and runs. So, we're so close. These guys, we were so, and it feels, we were talking about this in the locker room, it feels a lot further than we are. If we can correct those concentration mistakes and the bug that we talked about today in our coaches meeting, we've got to continue to enforce discipline to eliminate the penalties. I mean, we're averaging right now almost 10 penalties a game, and there's no reason in that. There's no reason in that. And half of those are pre-snap penalties or post-snap penalties, which are the ones you can do something about. There's so many rules now. The blindside block, targeting, the officials don't even know it, and they tell us that. So the snap, the play penalties, I don't get as much up about because, and a lot of those are judgment calls anyhow.
Right.
You're never going to change an official's opinion. But the reality is pre-snap, encroachment, false start, illegal substitution, post-snap, personal fouls, hitting after that's the kind of stuff we got to eliminate. If we do that, we'll be back at our average. We've always averaged around 6 to 6.5 per game, and that's always been in the best. We've been top 5 in the state every year since 2010. So, there's a lot of, I don't want to say bright spots, but there's a lot of good things that we can keep building on. We established the run defensively. We've got some young guys that are stepping up. Regrettably, it's because of injury. And so, we're getting better. We're just not getting better than the team we're playing. And at the end of the day, that's what's producing that result. But we've got to focus on those 5 plays, eliminating penalties. We've got to create more turnovers, get those short fields for the offense, quick scores. I think we do those kind of things. Those things start layering in there, and you're going to wind up being able to win the games that you should win and maybe win a few that you shouldn't.
Go back to the penalties for a second, because we seem to find some new ways each week. This week we had 2 illegal receivers down, or ineligible players downfield.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit. Maybe people that are watching that think,
How does that happen?
what are those big dummies doing down there?
Yeah, basically what Bill's wanting me to say is that it's not the lineman's fault when you have those. No, we're like most schools. We're running an RPO type system where RPO meaning a run pass option. Yep. And what we do is we call it an offensive play. And it's an offensive run play. But what happens is on the perimeter, the quarterback has certain reads. In those certain reads, depending on where people are, and we're not giving away any proprietary secrets, the same way with everybody, based on what happens post-snap, based on what happens during the pre-snap with adjustments, blitzes, whatever alignment, he can choose to take that pass option. But when that happens, what happens is the kind of what's not been happening, and that is you've got to communicate that to your offensive line, because the offensive line cannot be more than 3 yards over the line of scrimmage.
And most of the time they're really quick, short passes.
They should be.
But like the long one to
That's
Jameer,
right.
I mean, they took advantage of a great matchup. And
yeah, that's right. It just took a little bit longer than necessary to throw the ball. And so if I'm on the other side of the TV, then now I'm saying, well, do they not say something to tell those guys? Well, you do. Yeah, we have some signs, we have some signals, but regrettably, you got 11 guys, and not all 11 guys get that signal. But sometimes, though, it's just things happen within the play, and the quarterback can't throw the ball immediately because of a late shift, or something happens after the snap, and you can't warn your lineman or the backs or whatever the situation is.
And it's been a big point of contention with defensive coaches in high school and college, right? I mean,
absolutely.
And so now officials are more aware of it, and they're looking for it more too. There used to be a gray area where we'd be 6 or 7 yards downfield and no flag.
Well, go back to the first real thing, if you remember, was it the Alabama Clemson game or Alabama Ohio State? Ole Miss, where there's a lineman 8 yards downfield, and like 2 plays later, there's one 11 yards down, and that's college, and it's not being called. Right. So yeah, they've tightened up on it. They actually have some new rules, the positioning of the lines judge and the head linemen of where they can be to kind of assist with that. So it's one of those things that as you look at the game, it's going to continue to evolve and develop, and they'll tighten up for the defense, and then the offense will find a loophole, and it'll kind of keep working out. That's just the way the game flows.
Well, very good. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Blue. Blue is big. You've got the deep blue sea, the big blue sky, and more people in more countries like blue than any other color. That's big. And in the world of real estate, blue stands for one of the biggest brands, Coldwell Banker. 91,000 agents across 47 countries gives you a super-powered Rolodex and the marketplace muscle of a brand recognized from Indiana to India. So join the blue, join Coldwell Banker, and start doing bigger, better, and bluer things in real estate.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
It's football time again in Northwest Georgia. Not a lot has changed at the Oakwood Cafe since we filmed last season. We are still serving the same fantastic food we have for the past 13 years. Our staff is many of the familiar faces you consider family. Our catering department is the best in North Georgia, serving over 400 people daily. We love this community, and we wake up 6 days a week looking forward to serving you your favorite Oakwood Cafe meal with a smile. Oakwood Cafe in historic downtown Dalton.
Back on the Catamount Football Show, we've got our coaches interview segment. We got Coach Cole Bennett. Coach, welcome to the show.
Oh, I'm glad to be here, Coach Mayo.
All right. So let me ask you a question. We have a lot of coaches on our staff that we're fortunate that played at Dalton over the years. What's it mean to you to be back coaching at Dalton High School and being a part of the program?
Well, the reason I got into coaching was being fortunate enough to go play at Auburn, play at a high level, get a cup of coffee in the NFL. I knew that I'd witnessed a lot of things. I was fortunate enough to be coached by a lot of great coaches, and I just felt that it would be very selfish of me to not share that with as many people as I could. And that's kind of why I'm here, kind of why I got back into coaching, and I guess it's the reason for the career change that brought me here.
What's it mean to you to be at Dalton?
To be at Dalton, you know, I play with a lot of people and guys I played with in high school that have gone and coached other places, and for me that was never an option. I knew that I wanted to go back to the program that built me and put back into this program as much as I was able to take out of it.
And you also have a unique opportunity to work with your dad. Talk about how special that is.
It's interesting. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to hear him, get after other people and me kind of chuckle, because I know he does it with nothing but love in his heart, and it's just good to be able to spend time with him and to be out there and have a good time coaching, interacting, and watching you two argue and bicker all the time, because I know that what a great relationship y'all have, and so it's just fun to be with him and witness it from a different angle.
So let's talk a little bit about your other responsibilities at Dalton. We'll talk about football in a minute, but the things that you do working with Coach Thompson in the strength and conditioning program, I know that's something that's very important to you, that program. Talk about that and what you guys, kind of the philosophy of that program and what you guys are looking to build.
It's a big deal for me to be able to be in there to work with the kids and to work with Coach Thompson, and we're all about building toughness, endurance and grit with the kids, while also trying to build strength. And the thing with high school athletes is you just have to give them volume, and so we do that, and we throw a lot of things at them. We focus on building adversity, adjusting to any sort of circumstances. One of the things that we've been able to hang our hats on over the years is we can practice on Sunday at the spur of the moment. We can have a bus breakdown, just any sort of thing, and the kids just adjust with it and just go. And I think it starts in the weight room.
How about one of the things that y'all do is, I know you work with specific kids on specific things that you want to strengthen in their game, or what? Talk about the individual part of that process. What you guys look at, what factors you look at when you're building a program for a kid.
We look at the kid, and then we do a lot of research, and I do a lot of research on the type of athlete that we want the kid to be, the type of development we want them to have. And one of the things that I've kind of tweaked with me being in there full time with Scott is different things for the linemen. So we do a lot of close grip stuff to build strength and to build force and power through that particular movement, not having arms out wide. Then we do different things with stability and stuff that are different for linemen, more catered towards them. And we kind of look at the athletes that we want them to be, and then we kind of water it down to basically what we have in the weight room and what they're capable of doing.
Let's talk a little bit about football. You coach an offensive line with me, so tell me about coaching offensive linemen. You played tight end. You were kind of on the periphery, but now you're right in the middle of it. What have you seen working with a lineman for the past couple of years?
Well, this year's different. Last year I had two tight ends,
right,
and a guy that played tight end and H-back, and this year we don't really have a true tight end or a true H-back. It's more H-back or tight end by committee. So I am spending a lot more time with the offensive line. So sometimes some days are better than others in terms of what we got to accomplish, but the skill sets are the same across the board. A down block is a down block. A jump hook, it's all the same. The footwork, and so I've really tried to focus on bringing what I know from playing tight end in terms of the importance of your first and second step, pads down, playing low and all that, and then just translating it for the big guys.
And of course, I'm a little biased being an ex-offensive lineman and coaching them for so long, but they really are a special group, aren't they? I mean, they have some unique attributes, unselfishness, and just kind of comment on that. On that.
Yeah, as a group and a unit, they're unlike any other position on the field. And while the typical offensive line coach is screaming, yelling, cussing, you and I, we don't do that. We will scream and get after them, but we focus on coaching those guys different because they are different. They have to play as a unit. Right. It's not like some of the other positions where one guy could, kind of maybe mess up a little bit and someone else could cover because of the way our offense runs and the way the blocks and the schemes go. If one of our guys screw up, you're screwed. The guy's getting loose right at the line of scrimmage, and then there's really no margin for error at that point. So it is very different, and you do have to. You can't just coach one of them. You have to think about coaching all of them on anything you say and do.
Absolutely. Before we go, update us on your family. They're growing, getting bigger, taller.
Absolutely.
Meaner.
I got 3 boys. One's 8, one's 5, and one's just a little over a year and a half. The 2 older ones are playing your favorite sport, soccer.
Absolutely.
So I give you updates constantly and make sure that you know what's going on.
I appreciate that.
In the world of soccer, which Bill doesn't think is a real sport, but to each his own. But they're playing. They're having a good time. Eventually, I think they'll get into football, but right now we're just working on conditioning and footwork and things like that, and soccer's providing that for us.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on. Appreciate everything you do for Catamount football, and be watching those offensive linemen for the rest of the season.
Good to be here, Bill.
Stay right here. We'll be back with more in just a minute.
Buy from the pros who know at Performance Sports Academy. Our pro shop has one of the largest selections of bats, gloves, and cleats in the North Georgia area, featuring Rawlings, Wilson, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Mizuno, and the largest New Balance cleat dealer in the area. We provide baseball and softball gear for travel leagues, rec leagues, middle school, and high school programs. Get your baseball and softball training, equipment, and uniforms from the former collegiate and professional players who know at Performance Sports Academy. PerformanceSportsAcademy.com.
All right, we're back on Catamount Football, and in lieu of our player interview segments, we're going to show the Catamount Marching Band halftime performance, kind of to honor David Henry, who's retiring this year as the longtime director and kind of in charge of the band. I know he's somebody that you have a great relationship with, so why don't you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, David is a guy that when I first got the job, head coaching job, he was one of the first ones to come to me and really kind of embrace me, first of all as a head coach, but also he allowed me the opportunity to speak to his band. And my message was very simple when I got the head coaching job. Unlike a lot of head coaches that move into programs, they've got to rebuild something. They've got to fix something. And my message was not fix or rebuild or anything like that. My message was, what can we do better? I was going to ask the staff, what can we do better as a staff? What can we do better as football? And David was one of the first people I shared that message with. And he really kind of grabbed a hold of that message, and he and I had a lot of great conversations, and it's in that I really learned just how much David Henry loved Dalton Public Schools, but really the spirit of Dalton and being a Dalton Catamount and Dalton football and the marching band season. And they do so much symphony, they do so much other stuff, but marching band is such a love of his, and he does it so well. And he's someone that I've really enjoyed the professionalism. I've certainly enjoyed he and I share a few moments before the game, because that's kind of their game time too. It's not just ours, it's his. So he's just a consummate professional, great Catamount, and somebody that I'm a big fan of. And I couldn't think of a better way for us to honor him tonight than to show his work during this segment for all of our Catamount viewers.
So stay tuned. Upcoming right now will be the Dalton Catamount halftime performance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to halftime. On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Tim Scott and Principal Steve Bartu, the Catamount Marching Band will present their 2018 competition show. Tonight's performance includes Luck Be a Lady featuring soloist Lawrence Rich. This will be followed by God Bless the Child featuring Tristan Peters and Malik Waters. The band will close If We Were in Love. The Catamount Band is under the field direction of Christian Vergara and Alejandro Lopez. Please welcome the Dalton High School Catamount Marching Band! instructors David Henry, assisted by Daisy Keith, Cardona Kay, and Jana Pye. Additional staff includes drumline instructors Ronald Waters and Sawyer Stinnett, color guard instructor Amber Dean, and Deanna Kearns.
Hi, my name is Charles R. Hicks Sr. I'm the owner of Transformers Transmission and Complete Auto Repair Specialist. We have some exciting news. We are expanding to Sugar Road.
That's right, brother. We are building a brand new 30,000 square foot automotive repair facility to better serve our community.
Also want to let you know that we are still open at 815 East Walnut Avenue for all your automotive needs. From the Transformers crew,
thank you and God bless.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
The twins came sooner than expected.
The nurses cared for me and my baby.
I chose Hamilton because I trust my doctor.
Hamilton Medical Center is home to beautiful new arrivals every day. Each child and each delivery is unique. Hamilton is prepared with a Level 3 neonatal intensive care unit and comfortable rooms and amenities. Hamilton Medical Center, serving you and your family with compassion, healing, and excellence.
Well, Coach, it was another nice evening at Harmon Field, except it's been a little hot during the day, and I'm hoping we'll get some fall weather coming up, right?
You would think so, since we're on the verge of October 1st. You would think that we would get that.
Good shot of the guys coming through the banner there.
And to see our ball boys, I tell you, one of the best things about this job is the ability to have your sons and some of these young men that are going to one day play for you. So good to have those guys with us as well.
Good start here. Good. That's opening play of the game. Good run by Jameer. Picks up 10, 11 yards right there.
Yeah, Jameer is just such a special young man. He certainly gets a lot of attention right now, and look for big things out of him this year.
Ended up having to kick, so they come back on offense.
Great job here by our defense. You see Parker Adams and Lane Cox, two emerging stars on our defense. See a great job right here getting pressure on him, causes him to short throw. And, of course, Malachi Gregory, who just had an unbelievable game last week physically. And here you'll see him in good tight coverage right here. And once again,
good rush by Christian, yeah.
Christian Lama, great job right there.
Almost had the sack. Back on offense. Coming wide here with Jameer.
A very physical game the other night. They ran very well to the ball and certainly brought a lot when they got there.
Big safeties and cornerbacks.
Oh, gosh, unbelievable.
Ran really well.
Ivan averaged a little under his average this week. He averaged about 38 yards, 39 yards. Here you see a double, or just a little inside reverse. Great job right there by Tyson Swope. Tyson's a guy we're really, really dependent on and to make some plays for us. John Ross right here, good job of getting some pressure. And then just a great job right there by Austin Hackney at corner.
Force a punt. Big high punt. A week with another guy kicks every kick in the.
It's crazy, isn't it?
This was a big series for us. Even though we didn't score, getting the ball off the goal line is an important thing. And
it was on the goal line.
It was on the 1 yard line. So coming out and picking up a first down, good job there of the guys running a power play and Tyus getting outside and picking up that first down, getting up to about the 20-yard line. This is one of the plays that we were talking about earlier with the downfield. You see the play action by the quarterback, and the guys are down there running around. It's a good throw and catch. Jameer is very elusive.
I tell you, he really is. I mean, you kind of watch the way that he attacks the defense. I mean, right there's a great example. We talk about being slow to the hole but fast through the hole. A little bit close there, and in a minute you'll see it get a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Good pressure right there by Jack Ridley off the corner, and then Mauricio Quintero right there. Mauricio, another sophomore playing for us, regrettably was hurt in the game. We're hoping to be able to maybe get him back, but things are certainly not looking very good. But at the end of the day, he's a young man that really, really has played well for us this year.
So at the end of the quarter, it is 0-0.
The other night,
second quarter.
Yeah, here we go. And then right down on the goal line right there, you see him plunge in for a score. So 7-0.
And this is what Jameer does.
Oh, isn't it that?
Makes a guy miss, and he's off to the races. Nice job of kind of just shifting direction.
That right
a little
there,
bit
yeah, that's amazing right there at the
It is.
end. I mean, how he leans into that.
Great
Just
run.
a great job. Just a great, overall a great
See
job.
it again here.
And then he just shot out of the can.
Good hustle by Bryce down there.
Yeah.
Smart to not hit anybody in the back.
That's exactly right.
So that makes it 7-7 after the extra point.
Good snap, good hold, good kick. So 7-7. Not too many high school games do you get to see where you see both kickers kicking it in the end zone.
Yep.
Right here, good job right here by Justin Ketchum coming up. You'll see him come off the edge. He reads the pressure. 3rd and 3 right here. Great job coming up as well. Making another big hit right there. Jack Ridley forces them to flip the ball to us.
Back on offense. Jameer changes direction.
Yeah, Jameer, to be such a skilled guy, is also very physical.
Yes, he is.
What a great job there by Edre.
Good job by Edre getting around. It's a little power scheme.
Yeah,
Good
this
catch.
right here is a shame. This was a catch.
Yep.
This is a missed call right here. Fisher should have made that call. You see him literally looking at the sidelines to get the call. That ball was down right there. He was on his back and he was holding the ball. And then we get this right here, which is just one of our men did not block out. He has to check inside first and then block out, and he stayed inside too long and came off the outside perimeter.
Good play to Josh Moore there. Good hard running by Josh, too.
Yeah, Josh had a great game the other night.
He did have a good game.
Really had a
Sure
good
did.
game.
See it again, just a little play action pass. Josh gets turned upfield and delivers a hit to number 2.
Josh is one of our 2 or 3 strongest kids on the team, not per pound, but also overall.
Here we come again with Jameer. So we came right back and started moving the ball back down the field. Yeah, just
Right here, just an errant throw. I don't know if it slipped out of his hand or he's trying to overthrow the receiver right there, and the young man just happened to be right there. Good job right there by Jack Ridley coming up on 1st down. Come back here again, come to the middle, catches, and right here you just see a poor angle right there, and we wind up falling away. And he's just got great speed and makes a play. This young man's dad was played with Clemson and went on and played. Dexter Davis played with the Broncos. So he comes from a great talent.
coming back here right before halftime. So we go in at the half, and just in about the space of 2 minutes, they scored 14 points.
Spotted them 14 points,
yeah.
We're back with Sandy, and on the outside, everything is beautiful. But on the inside, it's a mess. You're not fooling me. In our audience today, I have professionals from Carpet Express, Susie and Clay. They've helped thousands of others just like you with their problems on the inside. Will you accept their help today?
Yes. Yes, I do.
If you need help on the inside, call Carpet Express, because it's what's on the inside that counts.
My name is Kelsey Harmon, and this is the Chick-fil-A Cow, and Chick-fil-A Dalton is excited to announce that we will be teaming up with the Dalton High Quarterback Club again this season. We will be providing fans with the awesome tailgate experience starting at 5:30. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and visit our tent for dinner before the game. As always, Chick-fil-A reminds you to eat more chicken and go Big Red.
Oh, Who's this old guy?
Oh, that's Cooper. Most people like to adopt the younger dogs. But one day your time will come, huh, Cooper?
Sweetheart, what about this puppy?
Honey puppies. Mommy, Daddy, that's it. That's the one.
The Coldwell Banker Homes for Dogs project has helped find homes for thousands of shelter dogs.
How's your tea?
Because our agents don't just understand real estate, they understand what home is all about.
All right, here come the second half, and Harrison won the toss and deferred, so Ivan comes out and kicks it in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, another strong kick. They moved the ball the other night fairly well on us at times, but you know, it's one of those things where individually you had some great plays being made. Ethan Arnold right there played strong for Christian Lama inside. Tyson Swope, John Ross playing on the ends, doing outstanding. You see Gabe Hill right there. Great job coming off right there, making that play.
And this is a change for them offensively. They went in at halftime and came out in the wing tee for the second half of the football game.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you look at the Sequoia film, you know this is coming down the road somewhere. You know,
and we saw this out of them last year too.
Absolutely,
after Justin Fields got hurt.
Yeah, this is actually they're probably about 50-50 maybe right now, because of just the reality that you know, they don't have some of that big play talent that they've had, but certainly they had enough the other night. Once again, great job right there. Jackson Wells coming up, and Alexis Magana. Great job out of those guys. Good to have Alexis back. He's had a shoulder injury, so it's good to have him back. Come back with another little inside reverse. Jack Ridley, Lane Cox right there, and John Ross doing a great job.
So defense holds and gets a fourth down.
That's right. You see it right there. Boom. Good job. So force a field goal. He hits it a little bit fat, kind of like my driver.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, we have an opportunity here to come back.
Come back offensively. Another wide play to Jameer. Got to watch out on the sidelines. Can't get hit.
That's right. That's right.
Coming around with the power again.
Love watching Edre come around that corner, man.
Yep.
Great job.
He's got to hit somebody, Edre.
Yep. But he runs pretty.
He does run well.
Great job right there by Jameer, just kind of doing what Jameer does. He picks up about 6 yards.
Come again. Good job. Picks up a first down. Got to have receivers blocking to get big runs.
Yep. So ill advised right here. We don't ever want to throw it back against our body, and certainly if he'd thrown off that back foot, he probably could have made that throw. We've seen his arm. You can go back and look at the Ringo game. He can certainly throw a long ball. We just didn't get enough of it right there. And you just can't do that. You can't turn the ball over to a good team and give them a short field, which is basically what we did a couple of times the other night.
I think three total turnovers, although one came in on the last.
Yeah, we've only had 5 turnovers all year, and 3 of them was Friday night. So that's we've been pretty pedestrian when it comes to that. But at the end of the day, they come at bad times. They'll kill you, especially against good teams. So we give him another opportunity to go back, and this young man was good enough. He wasn't going to miss a second one, so he does a good job, and he hits it. So the score goes to 24-7.
Come back, a little rollout pass. Good job.
One thing Landon can do, he can throw a fastball.
He can zip it in there.
He can, so that's a great throw right there.
Good cut by Josh. Good hard running.
And Josh is our H-back, and he's more over a lot of the heavy lifting. He doesn't have to do a lot of running, but we want to give him an opportunity, and certainly it gives us an opportunity to put Jameer out on the perimeter at that point.
Nice throw right here across from the hash to the numbers.
Yeah, and a great job right there.
Yep.
Tice has just proven that he can do so much with the ball after the catch or after the punt or whatever it might be.
Absolutely.
Good protection up front, though, right here. Yep. Good job by Jameer picking up.
So we go into the fourth quarter, 24-7. Good protection.
A lot of time.
Yep. And pass interference.
Yeah, I really missed it the other night. Missed about 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. So we come back, kick a field goal. Good kick. Was it 42? Is that what it was? 42?
Yep, 42, correct.
So 24-10. Still got 11 minutes to go in the game.
Here's the one this is the one that kills you right there.
Yep.
once again, probably the fastest guy on the team, and certainly a young man, plays shortstop for the baseball team. And he's a very, very good player. So 31-10.
Good catch. Guy hurt himself, Jameer. Banged into Jameer.
Yeah.
Trying to go hurry up at this point in the game, too. We knew we were down a couple of possessions, needed to try to get the guys up on the line of scrimmage, get ready. If the clock was running, they needed to be up there going. Good job of landing and sliding to his right and finding the injury there. It's got his mobility back after that ankle.
Yeah, certainly good to see him being able to move around in the pocket. That kind of helps us out.
Good job. Good job of running, just finding an open place and tucking it away and getting out of bounds. Keep the clock moving.
Now, he doesn't quite run like that.
No. Not quite. There's not a whole lot
that
of
would
folks.
Be pretty special.
There's not a whole lot of folks that run like that.
Well, he's just doing what he's taught, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Just like Coach Martinez, right?
That's right. Demonstrating that. I see him demonstrating that at practice.
Yeah. Holding the ball.
That little wiggling move that he's got. There's Jarek running hard.
Yeah, we're really blessed. We've got 3 guys that can really carry the ball very well.
Good catch by Josh.
What an effort.
Yeah.
That's what you get out of Josh. And good catch.
His dad was a good player here.
Boy, he was. Well, he comes from a long line.
That's right.
It was a long line of Moores.
So a little wildcat action here, and Jameer gets in for the touchdown. So it's now 31-17. Or 31-16, now it's 31-17.
There you go.
And at this point, with 6 minutes down 2 scores, decided to come with an onside kick, and
yeah, this is one of the stupidest penalties to me. And the ball has to touch twice.
Right.
And there's, so literally, it's like if the ball hits one time, run up and grab it, and it's a 5-yard penalty against the kickoff. I mean, even the officials were like, this is a crazy penalty.
The idea is they don't want them driving the ball into the ground.
That's right, and then you go whack
in the
some
high
guy.
bounce, and you whack them, and it's a whole safety thing. But I'm with you.
Exactly.
I just don't.
I mean, it's just gotten too mechanized.
So Harrison gets a late score and ends up 38-17, and see both teams coming together, shake hands, good sportsmanship.
Absolutely, absolutely. Coach Diekman's a good friend of mine. Certainly somebody that we enjoy being around.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mirror Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
All right, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the River Ridge Knights. We go down to Cherokee County Friday night. They got new turf.
New turf. All of Canton and Cherokee County schools have turf. All the Cobb County schools have turf. And so presently, The only game that we don't play on turf is either when we're playing at Harmon or when we play at Northwest. So
I like the grass fields.
I know, I do too. Me and you both, we're both grass fans. But at the end of the day, it's just funny. That's where everything's going, because of the maintenance costs that are savings, because of the safety factor, because there's a lot of things put into it. Right. The fields, and you'll watch as we see next week the game. You'll see it's a really, really nice surface, and certainly they're proud of it.
So let's talk a little bit about these guys. We've played them the last couple of years, and same coach, but they've got a little tweaks and some some things they're doing.
If you're a yearner for the old school football, this is your week. You need to drive down to see this. They're going to run. Some of you guys may not have even heard this, and if you had, you've only heard about it. And then they're going to run the old Notre Dame box. They're going to shift around, move around. It's a single wing type offense where literally they will go overload with the center, only have one person backside, put everybody else on the other side, and at the rec,
student body left,
student body right. That's right. And so at the end of the day, from an offensive standpoint, they're going to be Notre Dame. They're going to a lot of shifting, a lot of movement, those shell game. You got to kind of chase all the nuts around and chase the cups around to find the nuts. That's the first thing. I think the second thing defensively you're going to see out of them is you're just going to see a team that lines up. And how would you describe? I'm going to say it's going to affect you more than me.
If you call them multi-formational on defense, that would be an understatement.
That's right.
They line up. I mean, they'll get in. They'll cover the center and both guards, and then they'll spread out and they'll walk linebackers up, and they'll be almost 11 guys right across the line pressing up on our.
So it's a smorgasbord.
It is. It is the splatter philosophy.
That's
I like
splatter.
To call
That's
it.
right.
But, it's a challenge. I mean, they may hit us. They may get when you play a defense like that, they may pop through and hit you for a loss, and all of a sudden you pop one for 50 or 60 yards.
That's right.
It's kind of a gambling style of defense, and when they're not, teams aren't as big or physical, it's a good, even though it doesn't look very sound, it's a way to get after an offense.
That's right. And I think the thing to keep in mind is just because we're in 6A, no team's bad, no team's good. All teams are talented. That's really what it comes down to. And the question is how is that talent coached? And Coach Wynn, who's a friend of mine, he does an outstanding job coaching these guys up. So they've got some really, really dangerous guys in the return game and on offense that we're really going to have to spend some time getting ready for. And hopefully we're going to go down there and come back with a win.
All right. We'll be back in just a minute.
Home is a place where all are welcome. It's where the story begins. It's not a place, it's a feeling. Home is where the heart is. At Furniture of Dalton, we handpick each of our 150 brands so that you can find your perfect heart's desire. Come see what you've been missing at Carpets of Dalton and Furniture of Dalton, the destination that brings you home. Exit 328 off I-75.
It's football time again in Northwest Georgia. Not a lot has changed at the Oakwood Cafe since we filmed last season. We are still serving the same fantastic food we have for the past 13 years. Our staff is many of the familiar faces you consider family. Our catering department is the best in North Georgia, serving over 400 people daily. We love this community, and we wake up 6 days a week looking forward to serving you your favorite Oakwood Cafe meal with a smile. Oakwood Cafe in historic downtown Dalton.
Buy from the pros who know at Proformance Sports Academy. Our pro shop has one of the largest selections of bats, gloves, and cleats in the North Georgia area, featuring Rawlings, Wilson, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, Mizuno, and the largest New Balance cleat dealer in the area. We provide baseball and softball gear for travel leagues, rec leagues, middle school, and high school programs. Get your baseball and softball training, equipment, and uniforms from the former collegiate and professional players who know at Proformance Sports Academy. ProformanceSportsAcademy.com.
Hi, my name is Charles R. Hicks Sr. I'm the owner of Transformers, Transmission, and Complete Auto Repair Specialist. We have some exciting news. We are expanding to Sugar Road.
That's right, brother. We are building a brand new 30,000 square foot automotive repair facility to better serve our community.
Also want to let you know that we are still open at 815 East Walnut Avenue for all your automotive needs. From the Transformers crew,
thank you and God bless.
All right, Coach, we're back to wrap up the show, but before we do, let's talk a little bit about we had Coach Cole Bennett on earlier, who's kind of one of our strength and conditioning nutrition guys.
Nutrition guy.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about pregame meal. You know, we used to have steak.
Yeah, we did.
And Cole ruined that for us. So now talk about what we do on Fridays and what happens.
We have a bowl of hummus.
That's right.
You know, it's kind of funny. It has really changed. You and I one time were talking about halftime, about how now we go in and we have Biolite and we have vitamin, this and B12 and and all these, we how much, should they get Gatorade to water and all. We go back and had Cokes in a bottle. That's right. And then they wised up and quit letting Coach Chappell have glass in the locker room, during pregame and halftime. But times have changed, and now the protein that we need to eat, fast carbs, things like that. So now we have a Longhorn comes in and caters our.
Those guys do a great job.
They do an outstanding job. They piece of grilled chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans. Bread and sweet tea, water, and then a little side of pickle juice. I think some of the guys get. You and I stopped getting that a long time ago, didn't we?
Yeah,
and but it's a different kind of meal, different expectation for the kids. And then of course later in the day before the game, they get a protein bar or some type of what we call body fuel that they'll get. And then of course we're there in the game. So it's just become such a calculated process. It's not just hey, let's stop and I literally remember playing in the Dome. And Coach Chappell was like, Matt, set this up for us, and you just find a place. And I'm calling Denny's, I'm calling Western Sizzling. You don't do that anymore. Right. Now it's got to be certain types of foods and all that.
And part of it too, you got senior moms there.
Oh man, absolutely.
That are serving the food, and the Longhorn guys bringing it in, and the moms serve it.
That's right. The
other pregame tradition is Coach Harris, right? Chuck Harris.
Oh man, I'm telling you, what a treat! I think there's people that probably go through their entire athletic career, and maybe you get a handful of great speeches that you'll look back. I can even remember back in college, as I know you can. They weren't all great.
Right.
There was some good ones, but there was a few great ones. But the rest of them, you kind of knew. You can only hear David and Goliath so many times. You can always hear. But what was outstanding about Chuck Harris with our local FCA, he comes in and does our pregame devotion with our meal. And it seems to always be where we are as a team, first of all. Second of all, his passion and his ability to articulate is just second to none.
And the fact he loves a Catamount.
Well, that's what I say. And third, he's a Catamount.
Right,
he's a Catamount at heart. But the fourth thing, and this is one that kind of always gets me about Chuck, is, the fourth thing about him is he's always... he uses some illustration that just gets your attention. That even when you leave, I find myself 2 or 3 days later, and I'm still thinking about that, or I'll hear the boys talking about it. So Chuck just does such a great job, and he gets our kids right where we want them to be, right where we need them to be before we leave. And whether we're going right out early to get on buses to to go to Atlanta or Canton, wherever we're going to play, or whether we're going down down to the field house to get ready for our game, it's just always spot on. And we can't ever thank Chuck Harris enough. What he does is phenomenal. Those mothers and dads that come in to serve our pregame meal, servant leadership, there's nothing you can explain it, but the best way to experience is to see it. They do an outstanding job. So at the end of the day, just thankful for those people. And then last, Longhorn, they make a great partner for us as far as our pregame meal and also with the banquet. So special thanks to them as well.
Absolutely. We'll close the show out like we always do. Say we'll be back next week, same cat time, same cat channel.
Go Big Red.